4 years ago I posted on here about an affair my 30M wife, 30F, had while I worked night shifts at my old job. She was going out and meeting a guy she met at a club while out with her best friend. I found out on New Year Eve of 2017, we did not divorce. We worked out our problems after she told me every detail of their relationship and all the texts they exchanged. I thought that was the end of it, as she told me there was never any time. I found out 2 nights ago that was a lie, and now I sit here kicking myself for not divorcing her at the time the affair was discovered. At the time this occurred, we were living on one of my parents' properties, no rent, no children, nothing, just 2 26-year-olds trying to figure out our next move 2 years into our marriage. Fast forward to today, my career took off, we have a nice house, 2 new cars and an 18-month-old daughter that is just amazing and the love of my life. With everything that came to light Monday night, I cannot even remember what our argument was about, but I had told her sarcastically, "If you love me as much as you say you do, you would have never been with that other guy." Her response was, "OMG, I had time with him once. And you still hold it against me?" She immediately froze and went pale. She knew she ducked up. I told her, "Wait a minute, let's back up here. You swore to me on your life you never had time with him." Not a word from her as she looked down towards the floor. My heart sank. 4 years of keeping that secret from me and I've just been lost. I asked her to give me the exact details of their time encounter, and after much arguing she did. I am back to feeling like I did that night of 2017, broken. In the last 2 days we have not interacted much aside from playing with our daughter. I'm putting up a good face for her because she doesn't need this. My wife knows it and has given me space and even slept in our guest room last night. I don't know where we go from here, and I don't want a divorce, not because of her but because of my daughter. I cannot imagine a day without seeing her. I just don't know what to do. I feel dirty and ashamed. I know I shouldn't, but I do. She hasn't cheated since that time. One of the conditions of our relationship is I am allowed all access to any media or messages. Plus pandemic, we were with each other every day for a year. Everything has been amazing since we reconciled, but with this I just don't know what to do. To those that are just finding out about cheating of their partners and have no kids or attachment, please do yourself a favor. Leave, it's not worth it. Update, we spoke and had a good conversation last night. She was very apologetic and not the crying kind of apologetic, so I know it's genuine. We both decided it is best to begin to explore divorce. She told me she will do everything she can in the meantime to win me back, but she understands why we need to go this route. Thanks everyone. Comment 1. Dude, at least let her read How to Help Your Spouse Heal from Your Affair by McDonald. I'm not convinced your marriage is unfixable. You can always divorce later this year. Why not both read 5 love languages and give things a real go now that the truth is out? Experts say wait 6 months after you find out. At least allow her to try. Comment 2. Never ask for the details of the affair, if it ever happens again. People like her feed off of that kind of thing. Dude, leave this woman. Or you'll just be making a post 4 years from now saying another lesson that I should have divorced her. She cheated on you, to spice up her own life, had a baby with you, to spice up her own life, and now is starting fights and saying dramatic revelatory things to you, to spice up her own life. She's not good. You need to start thinking of yourself. You matter. Yes, you have a beautiful baby daughter now that you must think about. So lawyer up and fight for custody. But think of yourself and ditch the hyper-selfish bag before she sticks another dagger in your heart. From an outsider's perspective, it sounds like the storm winds are brewing again around your relationship. If you're the one who leaves, she'll be the one who hurts worse. If you stay with a bad person and wait for her to prove to you again that she is a bad person, well, you'll be the one who hurts worse. I'd mull it over. Better to get back out there at 30 than at 35. Comment 3. In my opinion, the broken trust is the biggest problem here. It is not just broken trust, but a massive broken trust. I cannot tell you what to do, I can only give you my view on this, and maybe what I think I would have done. You not only just found out she really cheated on you, but also that her word really means nothing, and that she is capable of lying in your face and taking secrets to the grave. On top of that, you know it was all planned out. She thought about it and planned to take this course. She swore on her life she did not have time with that guy. Well, now you know her words mean absolutely nothing. Even worse, you cannot trust anything she says from now on because you have no idea if she speaks the truth. You must now decide if you can forgive and live with someone capable of doing this. You can forgive the cheating, but you will never forget the cheating, and especially you will never forget her lying and withholding the truth. Staying just for the kids is never a good idea. In time they will notice you are not happy. Maybe you will keep on fighting with your wife, or you two show no more love to each other, the children will notice this and will form them. So never stay just for the children. Maybe you need to sit her down and ask her a simple question after you told her how you feel right now. The question would be, how does she think she is going to repair this? How is she going to earn your trust back? But before you ask this, you are going to tell your view and how you feel now. Tell her you lost all trust in her now, because she swore on her life she did not have time with this guy. Turns out that her word really means nothing. She says only one time, but you cannot trust her on that anymore. Could also be a 100 times, or with multiple guys. Tell her she planned all this. She willfully kept the truth from you and planned to take it to the grave. At that point she knew she was lying to you, she knew it would hurt you if you later found the truth, she knew all this and decided to do it anyway. Tell her you now know she is capable of cheating on you, you now know she is capable of lying to you, you now know she is capable of betrayal, you now know her words do not mean anything and you from now on never will know if she speaks the truth. Tell her she made you this way now, she made you not trusting her anymore, she has done that with all her actions, the cheating included. Tell her she should have broken up with you the moment she fancied the other guy, that way the damage would be way less. Now she made two innocent victims with her betrayal. Then ask the question, how does she think she is going to repair this? With that, tell that love bombing will not help, tell that a hall pass for you to F another girl will not help, tell her that time every day will not help. The point is to let her feel what she has done. Maybe even tell her you are going to see a lawyer to find out what divorce would look like. You do not have to file yet, or if you do file, you can always stop the procedure. This will at least give her an idea of how bad the situation is. Do not fall for the marriage counsel trap. Marriage counsel is not what you need, you did nothing wrong, there is really no blame for you, so why on earth would you need counseling? Well, maybe you need it in order to process this pain you have now, but that would be individual counseling. She has to do all the work, not you. She is at fault, not you. She has to tell you and her family what she did, she had to tell your friends what she did. If she doesn't want to do that, then you know how much the marriage means to her, and what you mean to her. Take care. Comment 4. So sorry this happened and I can't imagine the pain. I like the suggestion of bringing her family in to discuss what the next steps are. Personally, I would file and tell her she has the waiting period to prove to you the marriage is worth saving. Also, I have a post-nup drafted and make her sign and have a polygraph test done to have her prove you know the truth. Most people can't fake it good enough to beat the test and lots of times people freak out and spill the truth. She has a huge hill to climb and I hope she does the right thing for you. Good luck. Comment 5. Ouch, I've been there. I asked for the truth and thought I had it all, then 3 years later I actually discovered it. It's interesting when you want to believe you have all the information, but your intuition nags at you until you do, and that's probably why it came back up to the surface. I've also tried to reconcile, with 2 different people, if you can believe it, and found it impossible even with therapy. When someone destroys your trust and then doesn't take the opportunity to give you the full truth, they've ruined the relationship twice over. There's no getting over something like that. That's why people with integrity don't cheat in the first place. I'm sorry, but it sounds like the best thing for your mental health and stability is probably what you want to happen the least right now. Your child deserves to see a healthy relationship as they grow, and it doesn't have to be with who you're married to, now. Comment 6. The best way to get full disclosure, invite her parents over for dinner and ask their opinion on what you should do. Ask her in front of her parents all the info about any cheating before and after that incident or divorce proceedings will start. Full disclosure, full remorse will start the healing process. Comment 7. It seems like everything has been going well in your relationship since then and you've chosen to move forward. It's only fair to acknowledge none of this ever would have come to light if you had left the past in the past, something you are supposed to do the moment you decide to do it. Speaking personally from experience, my fiancé, now husband, cheated while I was 6 months pregnant with our now 2-yo. And it wasn't a one-time encounter once it all came to the light and was discussed. He too kept details out and me constantly bringing up the past reopening that wound uncovered new details. At some point I could only blame myself for constantly reliving a situation I chose to forgive. Forgiveness is just that, forgiveness. Forgiveness isn't bringing it up every time you think about it and shaming/throwing it in their face because you lied and said you forgave when you didn't. That's just as toxic as the choices they made. Although it hurts, the moment you choose to move forward and forgive you have to leave it where you left it. I know it stings, but once you choose to move forward in forgiveness you either work through those feelings independently or enlist a therapist to help you as an individual. You don't bash your so. She has been faithful since and provided access in all parameters required. Therefore she has fulfilled her part of the agreement, you haven't, and as a result you all are reliving this again. Comment 8. I can only share with you my experience. In 15 years my wife cheated 7 times that I know of before I was done. And I was finally done because of something else. But I was still second guessing. One point during a conversation about something else entirely, she asked me what I wanted to teach our daughters. That really struck me because I wouldn't want to teach my daughters that cheating is okay. I wouldn't want to teach them that they should forgive all the toxicity there has been. I know for a fact that I should divorce her because if my daughters were in the same position I would get them and their kids and take them from that situation. I can tell your daughter is important to you. Try to take just a moment of no emotion toward your wife and think of what you're teaching her and what you will teach her with whatever decision you make. Do you think you can forgive your wife enough to teach your daughter what a loving marriage looks like? Or would it be better to teach her that if someone lies and cheats you find better? This is my experience. The decision is up to you though. Comment 9. First off, having access to all social media doesn't mean much anymore. There are so many apps you can access and use for chatting/meeting people, and so many ways to hide them on a phone or laptop, I wouldn't even bother asking about it as a condition. Having said that, it was 4 years ago, and you are still using it in arguments. You aren't over it, even if she has kept her side of the bargain in regards to reconciliation. It's one of the reasons I argue against reconciliation after cheating. Love requires respect and trust, and you lost that for her when she cheated. She lost respect for you, enough to cheat, but I would argue that she lost more respect for you taking her back. Comment 10. You need to stop being so easy on her. If she hadn't ducked up her words, who knows how long you'd go without knowing the truth if ever. What else is she lying about? Even if you can somehow get over the infidelity and lying, she'll just get more good at hiding it and you will always have doubts and never fully trust her again. I understand wanting an intact family for your daughter, but it's really not worth it, man. I'm sure your daughter would be far better off with a happy dad and a respectable stepmom than a mom and dad together who don't even love each other and are therefore miserable together. I think you know what you need to do. Thanks you for watching. Everyday New Movies. See you soon.